So I've been asked a few times if I can do a tutorial on Procreate for you guys. This is more of a talk through that might help you with learning to use some of the tools. If you guys like it, I might actually make a tutorial, might not, can't guarantee. For sketching I use a technical pencil. This makes sense because it's like a pencil, easy. And I don't usually use black because I like colours. That's pretty much it. And this is the Cutter Magic tool, not its real name. I use Freeform because you just need to draw around it. It makes it so much easier, and then cry about how hard it is to scale anything. That reminds me, it's not in this video, but you can turn off touch if you haven't already worked that out. It's under settings somewhere. I'll let you find that yourselves because I can't remember where. It wasn't hard to find though. I'm just not going to look it up. I actually always draw my sketches really small by accident, not on purpose, and I have to rescale them to make them big. So that is what you just saw. Let's throw in some moon and stars. Why not? I like glitter and stuff, I think. Oh, here, something is happening. So I personally, because I don't do line art, I'll make the opacity of my sketch layer really low, or about 30%, and I'll put it as the top layer, and then make a layer below it, and that's where my drawing will be. So basically the sketch layer is always on top, and this might mean that you have to change the colour of your sketch layer, if that makes sense, because sometimes it just doesn't match what colour scheme you're using. Like, you can't see the sketch layer. And I use a calligraphy tool just for my general like drawings that aren't sketch, unless I state otherwise. And it's good to have an idea of like colour schemes before you start. I just think having a colour scheme can make the picture nicer in general. You'll actually see me using the colours, like colours I've already used, and just picking that colour up again quite a few times, because I don't like to have too many colours. I like to kind of like use a base set of colours. So like my shadings will be blue, the eyes, or like the glitter on the eyes will be blue and things like that, and then it'll be a like browny yellow colour scheme. And those are my like base colours. I don't know if that's the right word, that's what I'm calling them. In a second, when drawing the lower lashes, I'm going to be using a technical pencil again because I like the texture it gives, and just kind of like makes them pop a bit. And for the eyebrows, I'm using a studio pen, I think, it's under inking. This, at the tip, it's really thin, and then it gets thicker. So that's where the like hairs are thin at the top and then thick at the bottom. I do actually have a really basic glitter tutorial, so I'm not really going to walk this one through. Again, I'm taking colour off the hair and the eyelashes here, because I don't want to use too many different colours and new colours. And then I just like add a bit of shine in the middle. For eyelashes, I use Studio Pen under inking again. It's got the thin tip and then the thick bottom, so you don't actually have to put a lot of effort into making the eyelashes. I love it. It's like one of my favourite tools. I just really like doing the eyelashes with that tool. And if you haven't already worked it out, if you're really, really new to Procreate, the square on the left-hand side between the two thingy-majigs where you change the size of your brush and the opacity of the brush is the color grab tool. I think that's the right word. I don't know, swatch, I don't know. But yeah, so you can take colors you've already used. And here I'm just making use of, or before a second ago, I'm just making use of the really nice brush selection that Procreate has. The spray paint one. I think like adding a few extra hairs and stray hairs makes the image look more interesting. Like literally on any picture I do, I like to make the hair a bit tatty, just like stray hairs. It just makes it look nice to me. I just talked through how I shaded the neck, didn't I? So I use the same method for eye shading in a second, so I'm going to talk through that. And I find it's a lot better than the smudge tool. It's using the perspective blur, which is under like the magic wand thingy in the top left hand corner. Am I doing that now? Let's see. Yes, I think I'm about to do it. messing around with the eyes because I can never get them to look in the right direction here. I use the perspective blur, and the easiest way to work out how to use it is to just mess around with it. You can choose which direction the blur kind of happens in, and I also sometimes use the blur that I can't pronounce, gaga blur, just to like get rid of some of the blur lines, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean. Sometimes it just kind of makes it a smoother blur. And sometimes you want to make the line, like the shading area, a bit thicker than you might think you want to make it, just to make sure it like is even. I don't think that really makes sense, but when you start playing around with it, it might make sense, and it might not ever. And here's me adding stars because, I don't know, I like stars. Anything else important? I really suck at drawing bodies, which is why I've kind of like got into drawing heads at the moment. Also, I really suck at drawing lips. I think you'll probably see me trying to attempt to shade the lips like not every, like maybe 10 times. I'm not even sure if I've done it in this video, but most videos I'll try and shade the lips a lot of times because I just do it wrong every single time. And I really suck at lighting, but just add a load of glitter and it hides it. Here is where I'm trying to shade the lips. Yeah, I'm not going to give a tutorial on this because you don't want to learn this from me. Oh, they look terrible. Did I keep them like this? Oh, I hope I didn't. I think I did, didn't I? No, I remember I shaded them a bit more in a second. Eyes, I just like adding lots. Like, I don't even know what I do for eyes. I just shade and then add lighting, and then shade them and add lighting until I'm happy with them. So I have no set way of doing eyes, like shading them. Again, I'm using mostly yellows and blues, and like I am sticking to a colour scheme. And I think I'm about to do the background, yeah, maybe. Nope, lips. Now, background. I'm just using pretty much all of the brushes that Procreate has. I usually hate using like the brushes that come with programs, but I don't know, I like the Procreate ones. I like being lazy. Yeah, and I think we're there. Just listening through and I sound really dull through the whole video, but this was just a talk through, not really a tutorial. If you actually want to see a proper tutorial, do let me know and I might consider making one, but I'm a very lazy person. And thank you for watching.